Good evening, everybody. Hope you are all well. Welcome to a Dad Rail live stream on the Birmingham Cross City route. We will be starting on time in around about 8 minutes.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap. Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to this Dad Rail stream on the Birmingham Cross City route. We will be starting in 2 minutes. Please have your drinks and light refreshments ready. Hello everybody, how are we all doing this evening? Hope you are all well. Welcome to another stream with me, Richard, aka Dad Rail. If this happens to be the first stream you've seen by me, then, as I just said, my name's Richard and I'm a mainline train driver. Mainline freight train driver, former passenger train driver based in the southeast of England. We are starting on time, which deserves yet another round of applause. I think my microphone might be a bit loud. Let me tune that down a little bit. Let me know, guys, if that's any better. My kids have been playing on the computer, playing Fortnite and all that. And, hey, Raid the Trainspot has become a member. Fantastic. Yeah, my kids have been playing on here, playing with the microphone setting, so I think the mic might have been a bit loud, so let me know. Hopefully you can all hear me. Okay, guys, so we're going to be doing the Birmingham Cross City route, and I am really, really looking forward to this. This was one of my favourite routes back in the day on OpenBVE, so I'm really keen to get into this and have a play. I don't normally play these routes before I live stream them, but because it's been out for a few days, I have had a playthrough, and I really enjoy it. It's really nice. So as always, guys, before we jump in, I've got to tell you that all the views and opinions expressed within this video are solely my own and may not reflect those of any companies that I may be employed by or associated with. Furthermore, Dovetail Games have given me this route completely free of charge. However, like I just said, all the opinions are my own. I'm under absolutely no obligation to tell you it's great. If I don't like it, I'll tell you I don't like it. Obviously, constructive criticism is a good thing. We are going to be having all of our usual features. Aeronautics microphone sounds good. Thank you very much. We're going to be having all of our usual features. We are going to be playing our very popular game.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, today's picture has been provided by Fat Frank, aka Matthew Rice. And I think it's going to be a good one today. And of course, we are going to be jumping in and out of the Discord server when I find the right button. There we go, it's working. We're going to be jumping in and out the Discord server, and you can post your pictures there in the live stream pictures page. Anyway, that's enough rabbiting from me. Let's press that button there. Let's get into the game and have a look. To the trains. Train depot, choose a route. Okay, train depot. Timetable. So we're going to do a Redditch through to Lichfield service. And once we've completed that, depending on how we're doing for time, we will then jump in a 66 and do a run up the Licky incline. But that is going to depend on how we're doing for time. So 323 West Midlands Railway. Some really nice skins out on this already. I saw the British Ace Joe playing with a London Midland skin, which is really quite good. Hoping this is not going to crash on me now. So absolutely, yeah, you can see there. Let's see, I've got a gold medal. I've already played. Absolutely loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of services on there. There's lots of choice, which is really nice. So we're going to kind of do a mid-morning service. We're going to start at Redditch and go all the way through to Lichfield Trent Valley. So it's a 1 hour 25 minute run. So 2 Papa 35 Redditch to Lichfield Trent Valley. I will catch up with your chat as well, guys. As soon as we get going in the train, I'll start going through the chat and see if I can answer some of your questions. Be good to catch up with you all. So we'll keep dynamic weather on. We're going to do this. We're going to do this in October because I played this the other day. And I got a little bit of low adhesion, slippy, which was quite interesting. And I believe if we play in October, we should see RHTT trains out and about, which will be interesting. We'll start it off clear and we'll let the dynamic weather do its thing. We'll see what happens. So, who have we got in the chat today while that is loading up? Maxwell, of course, you're always here. Love you, Max. You're top super fan. That come out completely wrong. Put the teeth in. Little Jack, 156 Andrew. If this gets 100 subs, hi, Rick from Awards X. Not Carl Aeronautics. Nightbot keeping an eye on things. Weather Studio, Yorkshire Level Crossing Channel. Sam Robinson, hello, how you doing, Sam? Magic Killer, Rafe the Train Spotter, Crazy Plays. All the usual suspects and more. So, Class 323, West Midlands Railway. We are free carriages. That's our key takeaway there that we need to note. And game audio is on. Let me know if you need the game turned up a little bit, guys. But the first thing we've noted there is, and I'm really hyped for this, let's get a key in first. Before we do that, let's put safety systems on. Let's do things right. AWS, EBS, which is the emergency bypass switch. I don't know what all of these are. Vigilance is in as well. Excellent. Key in. Okay. First thing, and I'm really hyped for this. Working GSMR. Now, what really annoys me with this is the fact that it's pre-registered. So we can confirm deregister, and it'll go off. But then the registration code's already entered, and that really bugs me. I believe we should have been able to do that ourselves. But the fact it's there is a win, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to say that is a step in the right direction. Whacking the game audio up for you now, guys. Thank you very much, Sam. Hey, Sophie Mrs. Time Lord donated 179. Awesome channel and videos. Thank you very much. So, right, we're going to put the door key on. Nice T key up there. We'll put some lights on as well because the passengers do tend to like having lights on. Tail lights off, headlights are on. I believe that's all we've got to do. Unlock doors, that's a good idea. So let's jump outside and have a little nosy at Redditch. So we'll get our timetable up there. We're stopping at... Oh, this is going to take me ages to read these out. Alvechurch, Barnt Green, Longbridge, Northfield, Kings Norton, Bourneville, Selly Oak, University, Five Ways, Birmingham New Street, Aston, Gravely Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks, Butlers Lane, Blake Street, Shenstone, Lichfield City, and Lichfield Trent Valley. Right, lock doors. Now, hopefully the brakes are going to come off and everything is good. It is moving. It's moving. That's a win. The fact it's moving is a win. So our next stop is going to be Alvechurch. So as I said earlier on, before we started... Oh, It's all going funny. Yeah, as I said earlier on before we started, this was my go-to route in OpenBVE many, many years ago, before I was even a train driver. My cat's meowing. Before I was even a train driver, I used to play OpenBVE, and this was my go-to route. So I'm really, really pleased it's come to Train Sim World. I only played it once in Train Sim Classic, so I don't know how this compares to the Train Sim Classic version, but yeah, I'm really, really pleased to see it here in Train Sim World. Ghostfire Gaming, so we're doing the full run. It's about 1 hour 20 minutes. Game audio is still a bit low, guys. Let's crank that up a little bit for you. Let me know how that is on the game audio now. I'll give you some horn and you can kind of judge it by that. Yeah, so really, really hyped to have this. PH7, there is some sort of functionality with the GSMR. Yeah, you can use the T button to test. Test OK, and you can use the SG button as well, standing at signal. In real life, yeah, there it comes about wait. Denied, wait for signal to change. So it's quite nice that we've got some features implemented. You've also got the brightness feature on the GSMR radio. You can turn the brightness up and down, which is really, really nice. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen the ability to register yourself without having to go through all the procedures, but the fact that it's there, I am really, really pleased about that. So I think I've only ever been on a 323 maybe once or twice between Birmingham International and Birmingham New Street, so I'm not overly familiar with the traction or anything like that. I think, and I'm purely going by my OpenBVE experience of the 323, the sounds seem a little bit on the quiet side in the cab. But like I say, that could be completely realistic. That is just purely my perception based on my previous experience of playing games. So if there's anybody that's familiar with these units, I'll be interested to hear your opinion on that. Rail Donkey, Richard, would you rather drive a 59 or a 70? Probably a 70 if I'm being honest, because I drive 66s and 59s are pretty similar to 66s, so yes, 70 would be a new experience. So we've got a 40 coming up, we're going slightly uphill. How far have we got? 0.8 miles. Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll take the power back there and we'll just let the gradient take some of the speed out. Warning for a 40. Jotty411, welcome to Dad Row, new subscriber, great to have you here. So 40 yards for that 40, we're going to need a little bit of brake. Am I going to get taken out by the TPWS? No. So the other thing to be aware, and I'm really hyped that we've got it in game at last, is fully operational, correctly operational TPWS. So some speed restrictions are fitted with it, as is in real life, and if you approach those speed restrictions too quickly, the overspeed sensors will get you and chuck the emergency brakes on. Likewise, if you're coming up to red signals a bit too fast, you're going to get an emergency brake application, which is really good, and I'm really, really pleased that we finally have that in game. Ben, our 70s are rough ride, yeah. I've got a beepy button now. Life's Entertainment. Good evening, Deborah. I hope you're well. Yeah, very good, thank you. Yorkshire Level Crossing channel. We will be jumping in and out of the Discord. We'll head over there in a few moments. I'm going to try and pull off a stop at Alvechurch. There's a great bit of... If you are over the age of 18, there is a great little video clip on YouTube, or audio clip on YouTube, of a conversation between a train driver and a signaller regarding someone on a bridge at Alvechurch Station, or near Alvechurch Station. Okay, we are free on the S doors on the left. Sam Robinson, yeah, I can confirm they have simulated the overspeed sensors on terminal platforms. If you come in there more than 10, you will get kicked out. Locked doors. The station dwell times in this are really short, which is quite nice because it makes for a more intensive, interesting run. We're already in forward. Let's go. Let's get going. 25 out of here. So in the OpenBVE version, this is all single tracked. So I believe this is a relatively recent addition to the route, the double tracking of this section. The window's open on 323. Yeah, we'll drop the cab window so we can hear those lovely engine sounds a bit more, motor sounds. DT trains, can you do the buzzer when you leave the station? And we're speeding. So that is one of the things that I would like to have seen that we haven't got. Would have been to have some sort of typical. As soon as I put the brakes on, the speed limit goes up. Would have been to have some sort of proper dispatch system. So it would have been nice that when we get to the station, driver opens the doors, then they close automatically, and you get 2 on the buzzer, which you then repeat back. I think that would have been quite simple to implement, and I think it would have added a new level of immersion to the route. Purely my opinion, you know, there might be technical limitations as to why it hasn't been done, but I think that would have been really nice if you had a guard on board that closed the doors, then you just get 2 on the buzzer. Okay, so our next station's Barnt Green, 15 mile an hour. Yeah, you all know that clip. Only go looking for that if you're old enough, that's my advice. Stu, hi Richard, have you ever had a TPWS interception in real life? Is that tea and biscuits with your manager? Yeah, it's most definitely tea and biscuits with your manager. Yeah, I've had 3. I had 2 when I was driving passenger trains, and I've had 1 on freight. The one on freight wasn't my fault. I got away with that. Basically, I was driving a light engine, and although my speed was perfectly within reason, because the TPWS settings on the loco are set slightly lower than what they are for passengers. The TPWS doesn't know whether you're a light engine or whether you've got a 2,000 ton freight train. So I was coming up to a restriction a little bit too fast, but well within driving tolerances, as it were, for a light engine. Passenger, I got taken out after I'd been driving for about 3 months towards a permanent speed restriction at Wadhurst Dip. And I got taken out going towards a red signal at Sevenoaks. Again, you know, it wasn't a case that I was going to spad in all the instances that I've just stated. I already had the brake in down to 15. So yeah, with TPWS you have an activation and an intervention. So an activation is when the TPWS activates and you are not doing anything as the driver. So you're just coasting along, then the TPWS fires off. An intervention is when you've already got the brake in. You're already slowing down, but you're not slowing down enough. So obviously an intervention is less serious than an activation, but they both do get taken seriously. The Weather Studio, have you tried driving this route without the HUD? Do you know what? I could probably do it as far as New Street. That sounds like a challenge. I could probably do it as far as New Street. HUD is off. HUD is off. LW Rail, good evening. Sam Robinson, I had an activation last week for my technical SPAD. So a technical SPAD, guys, is a SPAD that isn't the driver's fault. So a category B or a category C SPAD, where either the signal's gone back or there's been a fault with the signalling equipment. So we are red ahead. Now this stop car marker here is extremely close to the signal. And like I've said before, when we're coming into stations on red signals, we're not stopping for the platform, we're stopping for the signal. Oh, the 3 car mark's okay, actually, it's just there. I've just noticed that. 3 on the 3, doors on the left. And the signal's cleared to green, so we don't need to set the DRA. The 6 car mark there is really, really close to that signal. Really close indeed. Callum McCabe, if you have a SPAD and it's your fault, so it's a category A SPAD, i.e. driver fault, that is most definitely going to be tea and biscuits with your manager. You're going to be taken off track and it's going to be investigated depending on the reasons for the SPAD. So if you've had like 4 or 5 SPADs before and you've had lots of operational incidents, then they may sort of look at doing what they call a license review, which is where they assess your suitability for the job. However, if like it's your first incident, or you've not had an incident for a long time, or you know there was low adhesion coming into a station, or there's mitigating circumstances, then what they try and do with these things, it's about education rather than punishment. So they're going to go through, they're going to say, right, what caused this incident, what was the root cause of this incident, and what can we put in place to make sure it doesn't happen again. So it could be that they give you techniques and tools that you use in the cab, such as commentary driving. It could be that they say you need to go out with a mentor driver for 2 or 3 months. That there's lots of things they can put in place to make sure it doesn't happen again. But if you're constantly having SPADs and constantly having operational incidents, then yeah, somebody's going to be asking a question somewhere along the line. Pig and Bob, 26th will be the first time going to London, which will be fun. Let's turn the HUD off. We're doing this without the HUD. The next station is Longbridge, which is where the Rover car factory used to be, I believe. Hey, we've got a British Ace, Joe, in the stream. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? If you don't already, head over to the British Aces channel and do subscribe. He does some fantastic content over there. Oh, sorry, I forgot the buzzer. There we go. Speeding a little bit as well. Just knock a little bit of that down. Bills, how does it compare to real life? So I don't sign this particular route in real life, and I don't sign this particular piece of traction in real life. But the driving experience on this, and I always said before, the best simulation on the market for driving experience is OpenBVE. You know, the graphics weren't great, the gameplay, you know, you didn't have moving train. Well, you did, I think you did towards the end, but yeah, the things that were simulated on there were really good. The driving experience on this route on Train Sim World, to me, is fantastic. It is really, really up there. You know, I sound like I'm fanboying it a little bit, and I know there's lots of issues. I found a few bugs in it. I know there's a lot of people not happy with the price point. But from a driving and simulation perspective, this is good. This is, you know, there's a few things I would have liked to have seen, but this is good. This is very good. It's probably one of the most realistic routes I've played from a driving perspective. So, 2 yellows. So we've got a little bit of space to that red, but we're going to shut back power. It's always a good idea to drive in what they call a defensive way. So if you see adverse signals, you want to react to that straight away. You don't want to go past 2 yellows with your power on. You want to be driving defensively and taking decisive action, such as shutting off the power like I've just done there. Okay guys, I'm going to jump over to the Discord server quickly because there's quite a few people asking. I'm loving the meme, Little Jack. Say the line, Dad Rail. Oh no, that is superb. That is brilliant. I like that a lot. Right, so 1 yellow. I've brought the speed down a bit further. So going towards red signals, if you're driving a passenger train going towards red signals, you don't want to be doing more than 20 miles an hour across the AWS magnet. So that will be mandated in your company driving policy. So a lot of companies, or all companies, will have what they call professional driving policy, which will detail how the company wants you to drive the train. And in there, it will normally say something like 20 miles an hour at the AWS magnet. It will normally say like 20 miles an hour, 200 yards from the signal, but you may use the AWS magnet as a guide for this. Freight companies, it's normally 10 miles an hour at the AWS magnet. The way we look at red signals, though, is red signals are a brick wall, and you don't run towards a brick wall. So the signal that we're coming up to now is what's known as approach controlled. Because we're going over a 15 mile an hour crossover, we get checked down onto a red, and as we approach the signal should clear with a route indicator to allow us to pass over the 15 mile an hour crossover. However, you should never, ever, ever assume that a signal is going to clear. So coming towards this now, I treat this signal as red until it steps up. This is a classic SPAD trap. You could come towards this signal 200, 300, 400 times, and every time you approach this signal, it changes up. But it'd be the one time, you know, it'd be the one time where you're expecting it to change up where it won't, and before you know it, you've had a SPAD. So there, we're 20 at the AWS magnet, still got a red. And then we've got green and the position 1 route indicator, which allows us through the crossover onto the slow line. It's a 15-mile-an-hour crossover. So we can power up a little bit. As long as we're doing 50. Is it 15 or 25? 30. Got it completely wrong. I thought it was 15. It's a 30. Yeah. Attempting to do it HUDless. Magic Killer, this is all the stuff I'm learning at the moment. Never power up towards a red. Yeah, if you drive passenger trains, they'll teach you never power up towards a red. But if you're driving freight trains, there will be times when you will be full wide open going towards red signals, doing about 2 or 3 mile an hour, and you'll be wide open just to keep the train moving. It's a little bit weird. Right, we're free for the free. Let's try not to overshoot too much. Brake step 3, it's terrible. Slow down! Slow down! Doesn't count as tea and biscuits. I'm having that. Okay guys, while we are stopped...
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
We're going to play Locomotive Livery Location. Okay guys, what you need to do is post a number between 1 and 25 in the chat. If you've not seen this game before or don't know how it works, you'll soon get the hang of it. Don't panic. I'm a minute late. That is really bad. So straight back to power notch 4. Like I say, in real life I don't drive these trains, but I have driven Electrostars and 465s on a dry rail on green signals. There's nothing to stop you whacking it straight open, full power. A lot of diesel multiple units, they'll want you to notch it up slowly, so you go like notch 3, notch 5, notch 7, and locos you notch up slowly, but EMU traction, just whack it open, wind it round, wind it round. Okay guys, we'll get down into Northfields. Do you know what? I'm going to leave the HUD on because I'm scared now. And plus, you know, I'm a little bit late. I want to see if I can make up time. We'll get down to Northfields and then we'll do Locomotive Location Livery. Magic Killer, I'm learning freight. I think what they mean is if you come to a stop miles from the red, stay there and wait for it to clear rather than power up and risk a spad. Yes and no, Magic Killer. Yeah, I do kind of see what you're saying then, where you're coming from. However, if you're on a really, really steep gradient going up towards a red, you know, you might need notch 6, 7, 8 to get up that gradient. There's places like Mitre Bridge around London. There's a red signal at the top of the hill. You will be like notch 7, notch 8 going up towards that signal. And you'll be approaching the signal. You'll be approaching the signal at 4 or 5 miles an hour, and you'll still be in notch 7 and 8. Because if you take the power off, you'll just stop. So yeah, if you come to a stand, then generally speaking, it's not good practice to power up towards the red. Oh, I'm overshooting all these stop car marks. No! We can do that. Sorry about that. Okay, guys.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Okay guys, so if you haven't seen this game before, I'm going to pick the third number on my screen, which incidentally is Crazy Place with number 14. I'm going to reveal box number 14 and you have got 10 seconds to tell me the locomotive livery and the location of the train that's revealed beneath. Here we go. Well, we've got track and we've got train, but can you guess? Do let me know your thoughts in the chat. There are no prizes for playing, just a little bit of fun. What's going on here? We're running like really early now, so 11:31, 11:34. Oh, that is nice. So when we get up out the driver's seat, the DSD activates. That is nice. I've also noticed on this, if you press and hold Q, which is the acknowledge key, the DSD fires off. So you could almost reverse your Q key, so you've got to have Q permanently held down, and as soon as you release it, the DSD goes off. So you could kind of do some jiggery pokery and have like a proper working dead man's pedal, which would be pretty awesome. Let's put that in neutral and go for a wander. What are we saying? Locomotive Livery Location. Star Life Studios Rail Video says Leamington Spa. DT Train says Class 800. Aeronautics is going for a ScotRail HST. Pep EMU fan is going for a Cross Country Class 43. LW Rail Cross Country HST at Dawlish. You can, Sophie Mrs. Time Lord, you can run early, lol, that's the best part. Oh, we don't want to run early. From what I've read, if you run early in this, you get negative points. I've placed a map. Excellent. Yeah, if you run early, you actually get negative points, which is which is a nice little touch. It's very pretty. The graphics are very nice. You don't get negative. Oh, I was told you did get negative points for running early, or you lost points for running early. I had read that someone had a timelessness bonus for running early. Exotic, is there any way I can get the Class 800 on Trains in Well free? The best I think you can do is get the 395 Southeastern High Speed and just use the livery editor on it. I think that's about the best you can do. Right, let's rock and roll. Right, we're off to Kings Norton. Let's go. So there are, amazingly, 187 of you lovely people watching this stream. So if you haven't already, guys, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing. It really does help me out. Oh, sorry, DT Trains. There we go. It's B on the keyboard, isn't it? Yeah, we'll remember that. Let's get going. Nathan's Trains and Roblox. Hello, welcome to the stream. DT Trains, imagine in a future route you had to hold down a key or button for a dead man's handle. Yeah, but that's what I was saying, DT. You know, you could possibly buy like a foot pedal, USB interfaced foot pedal. There's lots of things on the market like that. You know, that you then acts as a proper DSD, which would be really cool. So we're coming up to a 40. This 40 has TPWS on it. So if you approach this 40 too fast, there's the sensor. No, that's the sensor loops for the signal. If you approach this 40 too fast, you will get taken out by the TPWS overspeed loops, which are located just there. Bluegrass, are you working anything in the day through Hastings in the near future? Not that I know about at the moment. I'm on 3 Whiskey 90 RHTT tomorrow morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, which means I probably should be in bed now, but that's another story. And I am doing New Haven Marine and New Haven town services all week. So right, let's remember we're a free car this time. See if we can get the stop car mark a little bit tighter. Go on, I'm gonna need 3. We're gonna need 3. Back to 1 for the stop though. It's on the platform. We're taking it. Master Rail Driver, it would be nice if the train had announcements in the train. Yeah, do you know what? I completely agree with you, Master Rail Driver. That would be a really, really nice touch. Gavin Normandale, new subscriber. Hello, welcome to the channel. Exotic Cos, I want to be a train driver. Is there anything in particular I should do in college or sixth form? Yes, get some A levels and get the best qualifications you can. That would be my advice to you. So, train driving is a really good career, but due to the psychometric assessments and stuff like that, it is quite hard to get into. So make sure you can't drive a train until you're 21. So in that interim, in that time you're at college and uni, don't just, you know, put all your energy into becoming a train driver. Look at some other career options you might want to pursue and get some qualifications so you've got a fallback. That would be my best advice. I don't think there's anything that's really going to help you in college and sixth form. There's nothing that's really going to help you to become a train driver. Good English, good maths is always an advantage. Sort of just general education standards. If you want to do Eurostar or potentially Channel Tunnel, then French would be a good thing to do, depending on what you fancy. But yeah, I would say just get the best qualifications you can. A little bit of rain. What is going on with that cab lighting? That looks truly awful. That looks really washed out and saturated. What is going on there? So I understand it's now started raining, but that doesn't look good. So this is an area of known low adhesion coming into Bourneville, so I'm going to approach this a little bit more cautiously than I normally would. Be interested to see if we get slippy. I have had slippy in this. So, depending on what your company operating policy is, we were talking earlier about professional driving policies with regards to approaching red signals. Some companies will have, and I better put my windscreen wiper on in a minute, some companies will have operating procedures as how they want you to drive in low adhesion conditions. A lot of train operating companies will mandate that in low adhesion conditions, I mean we're currently in the autumn season, it's raining, it's definitely low adhesion, your initial brake application should be brake step 2. So I'm not sure what the policy is on West Midlands, but some companies will tell you that your initial brake application must be brake step 2 during low adhesion conditions. Okay, so we are free on the free. Open the doors. Yeah, no, the rain definitely looks good, the weather studio. Your specialist topic there. It's an effect of the volumetric skies and lighting. It just looks really bad. So the other thing I would say is I am currently playing on the pre-release version of this game, so I haven't had any of the updates or patches, so this could be something that has now been fixed. So that's worth bearing in mind. But yeah, that's really washed out and not good. Aeronautics, why brake step 2 in low adhesion? So a lot of modern multiple units will only give you sand in brake step 2. Which is a bit weird, I know. So you need to be in brake step 2 in order to get sand. So what they'll say is go straight into brake step 2, get the sanders working, get the speed off. Driving freight trains is completely different because you're told brake earlier and brake lighter. But yeah, it just depends on the traction you're driving and your company's operating instructions. Shoddy127, will you see us on Thursday, Deborah? We're bringing a proper loco to Sussex. What are you bringing down? We do have a 56 at Tunbridge at the moment, though, you know, just saying. That's a proper loco. That is a proper loco. Train driver Dan, Eurostar recently advertised for drivers and speaking French up to a certain level was a requirement. Previously, they used to put drivers through a French language course. Yeah, my company are currently actively, if you check their website at the moment, they're looking for people that speak French, train drivers that can speak French, to do Eurotunnel freight work. So, yeah, if you've got an opportunity to learn French and you fancy that, then go for it. Should we have the wipers on a bit faster? I think people would like that. Connor, I'm currently training to be a driver. I'll be driving 323s. Excellent, Connor. We'll have to get you on one of the streams instructing. We're a free car. Look, we're slipping. Excellent. I've done that on purpose to prove that low adhesion is simulated. It's completely intentional, ladies and gentlemen. What am I doing? Doors on the left. Yeah, I probably won't get to drive the 56 anyway, Ben, but yeah. Oh, 44. Nice. Sophie, Mrs. Time Lord, one of the most challenging is the snow and ice. You slide like ice skating. Yeah, see, I've never found driving trains for real. I've never found that snow and icy conditions actually cause that much low adhesion. There's a couple of other drivers in tonight. Sam, if you're listening, you're still here, I think. What do you find in icy conditions? Do you find that icy conditions really create a lot of low adhesion? I don't really think they do any more than the wet, generally speaking. DT Trains, you were just waiting to send that. And you've had to time that right as well, because the stream is about 10 seconds behind. So you've posted that just at the right time. That was skill, that was. So we've got a little bit of wheel slip going on there, so I'm just winding the power back a little bit. Yeah, Star Life Studios rail videos, apprenticeships definitely worth looking into as well. Adam P Trains, yeah, I'm gonna shout that out. Adam P Trains, who's just come into the chat, done a video comparing all the different first classes on the Wessex region. So Voyagers, 444s, 450s, 158s. Really interesting video to go and watch. Right, we're a free car. Let's get the speed off for University. D-Tunes of the Guard is slagging you off. Yeah, you know it. Right, free for the free, free for the free. Oh, it's hiding behind the passengers. Everyone's spilling their tea. Driving like a true metro driver.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, as Sam says there, I've not really noticed WSP on braking in ice and snow. It's more trying to get going. Yeah, I'd completely agree with you, Sam, yeah. Even then, I don't find it too bad. Nice to see the hill start function has been implemented. Has it? Oh my goodness, so it has. What's the keyboard... William Gascoigne, welcome to Dad Round, new subscriber. What's the keyboard shortcut for the hill start button, guys? I'd quite like to use that. We should be doing that as we're driving properly.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Okay, guys, going to give you box number 15 as chosen by Craig Nicklin. You are the third one on my screen. You've got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive livery and location. It's a person. There's some good clues there for the location. Do let me know your thoughts in the chat. And I have paused the game, as you can see, so we don't miss out anything on the stream. Right, lock doors. Next station will be Five Ways. There's a 30-mile-an-hour somewhere coming up as well. The controller shortcut is L2, but I don't know on the keyboard. Right, okay, no worries. So if we're doing this properly, should be hill start in. Yeah, it won't let me do it while I'm pulling it back. Adam P Trains, Totnes X Cross Country Voyager, Aeronautics Manning Tree, 156 Andrew, Leamington Spa Mark III, James Campbell, HST at Leamington Spa, Mr. Alfredo, could be First Great Western. James Campbell, Darrow, do you remember the 460? Oh, 460 Vaders. The Junipers. It is absolutely criminal that the 460s are not around anymore. Master Rail Driver, do you see Francis Beaujois in real life? So I've met Francis Beaujois. I was in one of his videos that he'd done on the GBRF TikTok a little while ago. Yeah, really nice chap. Little Jack, it's the brake increase button. Perfect, right, okay. So that should be... There we go, we've got it. We can use the hill start. We can drive properly. Richard the Train Spotter and more. Good evening, bud. How are you doing? William Gascoigne, hi Deborah, love the channel. When is part 2 of the Acton to Purley cab ride out? I will do my best to finish that off this week because I really, really want to get that out. I've got quite a lot of other footage as well, so there's going to be quite a lot of those sorts of type videos coming. Rail Donkey, you like the 460s? I hate them. Oh. I thought, what didn't you like about them, bud? I thought it was criminal that they went. And as Trainspot from Berkshire correctly says, yeah, the 460s are still around as part of the 458s. Isn't there a whole 458 set which is just the 460 coaches? DET trains, the brake increase button is the colon. Not Carl, do you need the heel start on the 3T3? Brakes take long enough to release that you can get notch 2 in. Oh, big speeding. Oh, I've gone into emergency now. I pressed the controller one step too far and went into emergency. No! Is that going to let me release but just before it stops, or is that... That is not tea and biscuits. Use of the emergency brake is not tea and biscuits with your manager. Toby Hancock, 460s, a face only a mother could love. Oh no, come on, they were really nice. Right, let's get some braking. There we go. It's coming down. It's coming down. This is a really steep downhill as well, isn't it? Come on, come on, please, 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 pretty please. Stop, 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 stop. That was close. Come back tomorrow, we'll do it professionally. Hey, Richard the Train Spotter and Morris, become a member. Thank you very much, bud. Excellent. Sam Robinson, contact signaller. See, that's what I should have pressed. That's what I should have pressed that when the emergency brakes come on. It would have totally legitimised the whole experience. It would have looked like it was completely intentional. You'll risk being sacked by the boss now. No. The emergency brake is not tea and biscuits with a manager. That's not, depending on what company you work for, it's not even reportable. You don't even need to tell anyone about it. I mean, technically it's stopping out of course, so... yes, yeah, maybe. That lighting is really, really atrocious. I do like the night lighting in this, and as we go into the tunnels and stuff, that is so washed out. That is not good. That is really bad. I'm going to actually have to report that as a bug. It could be, like I said earlier, I am running on the pre-release version, so it could be that in the full release version it is better. Yeah, that's not good. .20 coming up. Let's get a little bit of braking as we come down towards Birmingham New Street. This is where my computer completely and utterly lags out. No, honestly, guys, emergency brake applications are not tea and biscuits with your manager. Like I said, depending on what company you work for, it's not even reportable. You don't even need to tell anyone about it. Thomas Payne, yeah, they've definitely done a really good job on the sounds on this. The only thing it's lacking are announcements. You know, we're kind of... I think dovetail of... There are bugs like this lighting bug. This is really annoying me. This is really terrible. But yeah, overall I think they've done a really good job with this. It's a really, really good good route. William Gascoigne, lighting seems fine on the PS5 version. Yeah, it could be that. It could be like I said, because I'm running on the pre-release. It could be that I simply need to download the full release and the updates. The only reason I didn't do that before the stream tonight is it's about a 30 gigabyte download for me to go from the pre-release build to the full build. And I just didn't have time to do it. My internet connection would have killed me. And it's 10 coming into New Street. That still isn't tea and biscuits with the manager. Funnily enough, and Birmingham New Street is empty. Okay, guys, the reason Birmingham New Street is empty is because they've got a possession over here on that side of the station. That side of the station is closed for a T3 engineering possession. That's why it's empty. And I think, realistically, if they had chucked some 66 over there with some wagons and put some possession marker boards out, you could have completely and utterly got away with that. But that's the excuse I'm using, and I'm sticking to it. Getting 40 FPS coming into Birmingham New Street, which is great. On the original Train Sim OpenBVE version, I'd get like 2 or 3 FPS coming into here. It was really, really atrocious. We are now approaching Benton. Okay, let's get those wipers off. Hey, Richard the Train Spotter and more. Just under a month before my birthday. Excellent, bud. James Campbell, explore New Street. Yeah, there's quite a lot to go and look at here in New Street. We won't in today's stream, but yeah, there is a lot to go and look at. There are no stop car markers here at New Street, though. I thought there was one of the stones on the right was painted, or excuse me, painted yellow, but apparently not. Oh, I must go into neutral before I get up out the seat. So offside door release, guys, is good practice to get up out the seat and use the doors on the offside. Yeah, so New Street, you can go and have a good look round. There's a lot. I think upstairs is modelled and everything. Just trying to jump into free. No, it's not. It's not going to let me clip through the roof in free cam. But yeah, they've kind of put a lot of time and effort into modelling this area. It does look really nice. So it's worth jumping off the train and going in, having a nosy round. Wait until 11:55. Don't think there is SDO in these, no. The Weather Studio, did you ever play Microsoft Train Simulator? Yeah, back in the day. That was a long time ago. Wow. That was a long time ago. LRV Productions, the sky and reflections are amazing. Crazy place, can we see the front of New Street? Let's see if I can free cam it out of here. Not quite as shiny and reflective as the real thing, but I can imagine the performance hit that would sort of would mean to the game would be mental. So I can quite understand why they've dulled that down a little bit. Matthew, the escalators work. What? The in-game escalators? Does the game have escalators? Oh, see, if you told me that sooner, I would have got out sooner. Oh, that is cool. They sort of work. We can't actually stand on them and go up. That is a nice... Do the lifts work? That's asking too much. Oh, and it won't let you go down the up. Brilliant. Okay, so now like I've lost my train. Okay, this is probably not good. How do I get back to the platform? Somebody help me. Is that a downy? That's a downy. We're on. It won't let me back down though. Oh. Okay. It won't let me back down, guys. The escalators may work, but we're now stuck. Yeah, okay. Let's try up the other end of the station. Control and 0. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. That could have been embarrassing. We apologise for the delay to this service. Right, we are off to Aston. Traction lock will not release while the cab or passenger... Ah, of course, yeah, passenger cab door's still open. We've got a green. We are 10 miles an hour out of Birmingham New Street. So this is one of the other bugs that I've got going on. And again, I'm going to hope this is because I'm on the pre-release version. And unfortunately, I didn't know this stream was happening until about half an hour before it was happening. So I didn't have time to download the full version. But I've got this weird thing going on the ballast there. I don't know if you can see that. Sort of around this area here. That happens on all the routes. I'm hoping that's kind of because I'm not on the right version of the game. Speeding nicely. Birmingham New Street looks like it's an underground station, but it's not. It's just got a very low roof. I think I've only been to Birmingham probably a handful of times, but it's quite a nice station. Is it the Bullring shopping centre, I want to say, which is near the station? Right, we've got a green and a D. James Campbell, Darrow, England versus Iran is tomorrow. I'm watching it with some of my classmates in school. We get to miss fifth period. Result, that is a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Junction indicator, position 1. Master Rail Driver. Yeah, I did turn on the GSMR, so confirm deregister. So my GSMR's bugged out as well, because yes, that was turned on because I was talking about it at the beginning of the stream. Increased brightness. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's deregister and re-register, which you shouldn't do on the move. Not sure what was going on with that. Yeah, the Bullring Cheeky Fox, that's the one. Okay, Aston is 1.5 miles. Any Aston Villa fans in the chat? Magic Killer, I've got my 3-week rules and regs test tomorrow. Currently trying to memorise the 17 reasons you can be authorised to pass a signal at danger. Such fun. I'll be honest with you, Magic Killer, I've been driving for... Oh, we don't stop here, do we? I've been driving for quite a few years now, and I couldn't tell you all 17 of them. Is there really 17? Is there like a list in the rulebook of all the reasons, or are these just kind of the reasons that your training has come up with? Right, 2 yellows. So as we were saying earlier, defensive driving. I'm going to take the power off. I don't know this bit of the route very well at all. I've only driven this probably twice. Never been over it in real life. Because the OpenBVE version only ever went as far as Birmingham New Street. So we'll get a little bit of braking. A little bit more as the 1 yellow seems to be coming up pretty quick. If in doubt, creep about. 1 yellow. Let's get the wipers on a bit more as well. So we are red ahead. We are also approaching Aston. Magic Killer, there's a list in the rulebook module S5. Oh, okay. As a mentor driver, I should probably know that. Think they just want 10 for tomorrow's test. Let's have a go then, Magic Killer. 10 reasons you could be authorised to pass a signal at danger. Red ahead. Stepped banner repeater, which is quite nice as well. I can just about see the red there. DT trains, there's a red at the end of the platform at Aston. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got the signal distances turned off on the HUD, so makes it a little bit more interesting. Oh, that was 25 at the magnet. Let's hope I don't get downloaded, because that would be a telling off. And brake step free as well. Although we are back to 1 for the stop. 3 on the 3. Okay, full service. Into neutral. And we're going to set our DRA because we are against the red. And there's a few people asking for Discord, so let's head right over there. What do we got? 37s. Lovely, Rafe. Bluegrass. Richard to play Rose Scale Railway. I've done GCR and SCR. They will be coming back to the channel soon as well. If you want to join our Discord server, guys, you can do. There is an invitation link in the description below. Be absolutely great to see you over there. Okay, we've got the signal, so DRA is off into forward. There you go, DT trains. I've even buzzed for you. And we're going to be 20 round the corner. William Gascoigne, do you reckon the £30 charge is a bit expensive considering it's only one new train you get with this pack? Okay, so I don't really have too much of an opinion on the price of it and whether that's a bit steep or not. I suppose you've got to kind of look at, you know, how much enjoyment are you going to get out of it? Is it worth it for you? You know, I know a lot of people moan about paying for things full stop. The way I say, you know, devs have got to eat. The cost of everything is going up. Whether I think that's right or wrong, you know, like I say, devs have got to eat. Dovetail's overheads would have gone up massively as well. You know, they've got electricity and heating bills to pay for as well as the rest of us. So, yeah, I'm not gonna defend it. You know, that's not something I really want to get into. I think that's up to the individual whether they feel that it's worth it to them. So. For me personally, would I have paid £30 for it? I don't know. I really enjoy the route. See what the winter sale brings. But at the end of the day, guys, you know, their job, Dovetails. I can't speak. Put the teeth in. Dovetail Games. You know, their job is to create computer games and to create content, and you know, they need to be paid for that. And if they feel that their overheads have gone up so much that they need to charge £30 for the route, then so be it. You know, the other day I was looking at the Class 86 enhancement pack on Armstrong Powerhouse, and that was 16 quid just for a few extra sounds and some skins. So, you know, how do you kind of weigh it up? I think it's just down to individuals. Right, Gravelly Hill. Quite a climb up here, isn't it? DT Trains 43, what do you think Rivet's new UK route will be? I know what it's going to be, so I'm going to not comment. Can we get an 8 cam on Spaghetti? Where is Spaghetti Junction? Have we just gone past it? Yeah, I'm not going to comment on what the new route's going to be. Crazy Plays, I hope the new route is going to be something in Scotland. I don't think we've got Cathcart, haven't we? But that's the only thing we've got in Scotland. Okay, we are... Oh, it's really chucking it down. The weather looks gorgeous. I do think... You know, there was a lot of people complaining when Train Sim World 3 was released about the cost of it and everything else, and we're not going to pay that much for an extended route. I think if this Cross City route had been released with Train Sim World 3 originally, I think a lot more people would have bought it. I think it would have been much better received by the community. I mean, this is obviously made for Train Sim World 3, so it's taking full advantage of all the weather, the dynamics. It is a really nice driving experience, guys. Honestly, you know, other than the lighting bug and stuff, which I think might be down to the fact that I'm not running the current version, I need to do an update. The driving experience is really nice, and the sounds are really nice. I would have liked to have had dispatch. That would have been a really nice touch to have had some proper dispatch. I would have liked a little bit more functionality on the GSMR, i.e. the ability to register it yourself. And you know, I think announcements would be a good thing to add a lot of immersion into the game. But I understand it's really difficult with copyright and stuff like that. So But you know, yeah, I'm really impressed with this, and I kind of like this more metro style of driving. I think as a sort of a point of interest for me, it makes for a better simulator experience. I think if I'm bombing along like the Kassel-Wurzburg route, you know, it's a really nice route and I really like playing it, but other than looking out the window and jumping into the outside camera and sort of, you know, there isn't a great deal to do as a driver in that route, especially if you're under LZB signalling. You're just kind of letting the train drive itself, whereas with this sort of route, you know, there's enough to engage you. And I like the fact that it's a closed network that you can actually drive end to end. So I can do the whole route from Redditch or Bromsgrove through to Lichfield. I can change ends and then drive it back. Oh, we're only a free car, no! Yeah, I really like that fact as well, which is really nice. We are on the platform. That's all that counts. DT Jones, what is better, London Commuter or Brighton BCCL? Do you mean the Brighton... I assume you mean the Brighton line. Oh, sorry, what is better, London Commuter or Birmingham Cross City line? Sorry. It's been a long day. I'm going to say this route purely based on the fact that this is a Train Sim World 3 route and the London to Brighton is a Train Sim World 2 route. I would love to see London to Brighton ported over to Train Sim World 3. I would absolutely love to see it ported over. 0.6 miles to Chester Road. Off we go. Johnny Simulate Game, for some reason Train Sim Classic UK locals are banned for me unless I search for them. Oh, that's interesting. Fabian, they don't need to have the original announcements. Densha D Go has their own announcements to avoid copyright infringement. Yeah, and I kind of see that they absolutely don't. But then, like, you take Island Line, for example, they didn't have the license for the loco, so they released the loco in the wrong livery, and the community went absolutely mad about it. So, you know, do they kind of just put them in anyway, or do they, you know, do they just put them in as the wrong announcements, and the community goes mad, or do they not have them at all? So, but I think if you look at like SCR, and the announcements in SCR are well over the top, but if you look at SCR as an example, the announcements add so much immersion to the game. So yeah, I think I'd really, really like to see that. I've got no idea where the free car mark is. I think I've gone sailing past it. Anyway, guys, should we play a game?
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yes, British Ace says there Brighton Mainline should get Train Sim World free treatment. Definitely. You know, when like I was saying, when Train Sim World 3 released, there was a lot of people, oh, it's just an update, it's this, it's that, and it does add the extra immersion with the dynamic weather, the volumetric skies and clouds, the physics in it. It does add so much more to the game. It is a vast improvement on Train Sim World 2. Matthew Rice, what do I think of the interior PIS? It looks a bit kind of stuck on, if I'm being honest. In a weird sort of way. It looks a bit like... yeah, the texture on it doesn't quite look right. Okay, guys, we're coming up to Wild Green. We are playing Locomotive Livery Location, and Pig and Bob is the third number on my screen.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Going to give you number 12, guys. You've got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive livery and location. Oh, that's got to be a little giveaway there. That's got to be a little giveaway there. Oh, everyone just put their umbrellas up at exactly the same time. That was good. I'm overshooting these platforms something rotten. When I played this service last time, I had a 6 car. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Stop! DET Trains is going for a 66. Exotic Cos 66. Chris 68 with a Mark III Chiltern. Penguin Leamington Spa DB 67 with Chiltern Mark III. Sophie Mrs. Time Lord DB 66. Mr. Alfredo, not First Great Western. Crazy Place DB Class 67 with Chiltern Mark III's. Craig Nicklin 67 at High Wycombe. Southeast Rail Productions, how are you doing? 67 Leamington Spa. Weather Studio Class 87. Right, let's get a flyby shot, nicking all Joe's copyrighted items off the platform. We'll be P-way stuff. Let's line up for a decent shot. Proper hear the wheel slipping as that goes past as well. That's lovely. Sutton Coldfield 1.1 mile. And we'll quickly jump into the Discord because Max is asking. 73s. Southeast, and I would say that's Uckfield if I'm not very much mistaken. Down on the bottom right there. Could have even been me driving. Who knows? Thank you very much for posting those, Luke. Richard's manager when he keeps overshooting. Thanks, Max. Oh, quick! Nearly missed it. RHT with no headlights on the back. What have I just done? Oh, I've gone into emergency again. I've done it again. Oh, come on. Twice in one stream.
Emotional damage.
I think it justifies one of those.
Don't.
We're true professionals. Do you know what, guys? It's got to be one of those, isn't it? For the number of failures, I've been sacked. Right. Oh, there's a station coming up as well. Anna, yeah. Anna 35. Come on, pay attention. Stop playing Benny Hill theme tunes and play attention. Pay attention. Yeah, DET Trains, there's a reason in real life that we tend to sit in the cabs looking out the window, not reading. There's a free car mark. There's an S car mark up there as well. Let's go for the S car mark. I don't know which one it wants me to go for, but I'm going for the S. There's a reason we tend to sit in cabs, not reading newspapers and looking at phones and reading chats. Generally speaking, I drive better like that. The Weather Studio. Passengers are now at the front of the train. They certainly are. They 100% are. Timetable's pretty relaxed though, to be very honest with you. Oh, that's annoying. I was lining up for a flyby. Okay, off we go. What have I done wrong? Oh, can't get the hang of the controls. Come on. Come back tomorrow, we'll do it properly. Yeah, I knocked my reverse into off. Yeah. Come on, it's going to 55. There we go. 45, 55. 4 Oaks. Damn, I'm actually wondering if you should still be driving trains. I do it better in real life. I promise I do it better in real life. I promise I actually do it in real life. You know, I'm not trolling you all. I do actually drive trains in real life. It's worrying. It's very worrying, but I do. We have standards. I mean, come on, guys. It gives everybody hope. If you want to be a train driver, just look at me. They let me drive trains, so there's hope for everybody. It's a care in the community project. Right, we're going up 55. 4 Oaks coming up. Well, Max, we've got 3 Oaks, 4 Oaks, 5 Oaks and 7 Oaks. Is there a 6 Oaks on the network? There's many Oaks. Right, we're going to get in the free car mark. We're going to do this... Probably won't after they watch this stream. We're going to get this on the free car mark. We're driving professionally, professional like, all professional like. See, I can do it. I can do it. when I'm paying attention. Right, Butler's Lane, 1 mile. Off we go. We are good for 55-ish. Let's go. Precisely 55-ish. Aeronautics. Jeff Marshall should do a visiting all the Oaks series. And the bridges. Oh, there is Selly Oaks. Yeah, Sophie Mrs. Time Lord says Selly Oaks. You could do all the bridges as well. There's 3 bridges. Is there a 2 bridges? No, I'm just taking it too far now. Jamie Fez, is that why you drive freight? Don't have to worry about passengers when you're driving freight. Don't have to worry about stations, Jamie. So I think it's a reasonable assumption. I'm not used to stopping at stations. I'm not used to going more than 60 mile an hour as well. Five Ways and 4 Oaks. Round Oak, Royal Oak. Oh, we're going straight through this one. I'm going straight into emergency. I'm taking no chances. I was reading the chat. If that stops bang on the mark, then that is a quality stop. Hey, it's on the platform. Right, we're gonna try and improve the standard of driving. This has been terrible. Southeast Rail Productions. You have to stop at Seaford. Yeah, that's always a good idea. If we don't stop at Seaford, we're in trouble. Burnt Oak, Pearly Oak, Gospel Oak, Honour Oak Park. Ah, so I think the common theme here is Oak. Shire Oaks, crazy place. But you've gone from Oak to Oaks there. Does that still count? DT trains, buzz buzz. Juk Bros 2009, have you been driving today? No, I've had a day off today. Well, I've sort of had a day off today because I finished work at 6 o'clock this morning. And my next turn of duty, today's my day off, and my next turn of duty starts at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. Which is absolutely lovely for your body clock, which is why I am currently playing games and not streaming, because I've slept all day today. So if I went to bed early, which I would normally do because I need to be up at 1:30 in the morning, if I'd gone to bed early I wouldn't have slept. So I've slept all day today after my night shift. I'll do this stream, go and get a couple of hours, then I'll be live and kicking for my my lovely early morning start tomorrow. Hey, Rafe the Train Spotter. Richard, if the signals have a massive power cut and the track equipment and GSMR, what would you do? So basically, if all the signals went off or went to red, I would just be stopping. Oh, I'm doing it again, man. And we're going downhill. Come back tomorrow, guys. We'll have another go. Yes, and if all the signals went back to danger, or all the signals went off, or there was a massive power cut, I'd just be stopping the train and waiting for instructions, basically. It wants me to unlock doors. That would be a stop short. Tomorrow I'm on 3 Whiskey 90, which is a railhead treatment train. I'm going to be taking that to from Tunbridge over to Red Hill, down to Newhaven, back to Haywards Heath, down to Brighton, all the way up to Willesden via the West London lines, and then back down through Clapham Junction to Sutton, which is where I get relieved. So all over the place tomorrow. Honestly, guys, come back tomorrow. We'll do it properly. You're on your own time. Crazy place. Stations with street in their name. Oh, there's a good one. I've got another one, crazy place. Stations with food in their name. I'll kick this one off. Appledore, Etchingham. There's got to be more than that. Right, Shenstone, platform 1, 2.4 miles. I was going to say we're running more or less on time, but then I'm not surprised the way I've been coming into these stations. I'm really Appleford, Pick and Bob, yeah. William Gascoigne, I do drive the Oxted line. We can do Oxted. We can go. See, I do know the routes I signed, guys. I do know Sanderstead, Riddlesdown. Sanderstead, Riddlesdown, Upper Wallingham, Waldingham, Oxted, Hurst Green, Lichfield, Dormans and East Grinstead. Or if you're going the other way, you go Hurst Green, Edenbridge Town, Hever, Cowden, Ashstead, Edenbridge, Cowden, Ashstead, Erridge, Crowborough, Buxted and Uckfield. So the ones I sign I know. My manager, yeah, let's not even go there. Sophie, Mrs. Time Lord, of course, Birmingham. How could I, we're doing the cross city route. Birmingham, of course. Are you certain of your stopping pattern? Yes, I'm stopping everywhere, but I'm not sure where on the platform. Then onto the Bluebell if I'm lucky. I signed the siding at East Grinstead, so we get route conducted onto the Bluebell anyway, so yeah. South East Rail Production, Sugarloaf, a station in Wales. What about Strawberry Hill? Indeed, Strawberry Hill. Thinking about these stations now rather than I'm fixated now, like 60 mile an hour, 1 mile. We're going to do this. Jamie Fires, West Ham, yeah. What do you think of the Marsh line in the Class 171? Love to see that in Train Sim World. But we are we've got a lot of routes in the south already, so I don't think we're going to get that one. Hey, Godzilla Boy 2004, thank you very much. What do you think of the Class 158 and 166? I like them both. I think they're both really nice units. The 158s are lovely. The 166s are pretty rapid for demus, aren't they? Yeah, I don't. None of them are local to me, so I don't really spend much time on any of them. But yeah, they're both nice units. Northampton, Southampton. Yeah, okay. Eggington. Sandwich. Leo Low, of course. Sandwich. We could make this a regular feature, couldn't we? Let's go with stations with colours in their name. I'll kick it off with Barnt Green. West Hampstead, crazy place. Brilliant. Ah, there we go. Fat Frank 1892 has posted 73 RHTT down at Brighton. That could well have been me on that one. And a beautiful 66 Train Sim World at the top there. Joshua, looks like you're playing SimSig. Smacks. Blue screen of death in blue water. Fantastic. So guys, if you're not already and you want to join our Discord server, you can do. There is an invitation link in the description below. We're a nice friendly bunch over there. You can come over and talk about trains, aviation, transport, computer games, anything you like really. Blackwall, Lee Green, Wood Green, Green Hive for blue water. Hither Green, Blackpool, North and South. Blackfriars. Blackheath. That's an easy one, isn't it? That's definitely an easy one. Bounds Grit, yeah, that's definitely an easy one. Rave the train spotter. Richard, the fire alarm goes off in a station while you are changing. Another driver has driven. How do you mean, bud? Do you mean if you're at the station and the fire alarm goes off? We would just load the passengers and leave the station. The safest thing to do is just to leave, really.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
So if Bourneville, aka Purple Station, does that sort of mean that Bourneville is like almost part of Crossrail because it's purple? Hashtag purple trains. Hey Adam, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Good evening everyone. Love your video. Still contemplating on which train sim to begin with as a new train simmer. As a new train simmer, I would probably say Train Sim World. I think the content out of the box on Train Sim World is a lot better than Train Sim Classic. However, if you're willing to spend a lot of money, Train Sim Classic has got some very good routes and trains, but you can spend maybe like hundreds of pounds getting scenarios to work and downloading add-ons and bits and bobs. But I think for out of the box content, Train Sim World is probably where it's at. And Train Sim World is the newer of the games as well. Train Sim Classic is the engine's a lot older, doesn't have some of the dynamic weather features. So yeah, it depends what you want out of the game, to be perfectly honest with you, bud. But I'd be looking at probably Train Sim World. Okie dokie, a train spot from Berkshire. You are in there with number 25.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Gonna give you box number 25, guys. You have got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive livery and location. Got yourself a bit of platform there. I think we've got a couple of people have already got this one right, but do let me know your thoughts, guys. Yeah, I've never been to the Cadbury's factory at Bourneville, Cadbury's World. That's always kind of it's interested me going there because I'm fat. I mean, I like chocolate. Who doesn't? Oh, talking of that, I've got a tray of dairy milk on top of my kitchen cupboard. Oh, that could work. Yeah, no, that's one place I'd really, really like to visit, actually, is Cadbury's World. Ben Taylor, that is a Class 67 DB Schenker. If I get this 100 subs, hi Rick Awards, blah, I'm not going to say that. Right. Go! That's it, that's it. I've rage quit, that's it. Now comfort eating. This is not product placement. That's it. Right, no, I've had enough. Not playing anymore.
Emotional damage.
Pick yourself back up. Come on, that's it. It's done me for an Has it done me for an overspeed? It's done me for an overspeed. Proves it works. That's got to be, guys, for the second time tonight. William, I admire your glass half full approach. At least it stopped raining. Dad Rail has rage quit. Right, brilliant. We're off. So we phoned the signal out. We've completed an RT3185 form. We are most definitely having tea and biscuits with the manager when we get back. If not med screened. All the trains, thank you very much. The overspeed loops work, they do, Ben. Yeah, there is proof. And I'm still managed to speed through the 20. Yeah, there is absolute proof the overspeed loops work. Yeah, it's a really, really difficult one, Adam. So Train Sim World 3 is the more modern of all the train simulators, and this is kind of the one that the devs are pouring their heart and soul into. But Train Sim Classic, there's a lot of third-party content available for it, and there's a lot of UK routes available for it. So there's a lot more routes and a lot more content available for it. But yeah, you will need to spend an absolute fortune to kind of get all the routes and stuff. So you will need to on Train Sim World to some extent as well to get all the DLCs and all the extra routes. But like on Train Sim Classic, you'll get Dovetail. Say take the 700 for example. Dovetail released a GTR 700, and then if you want to make it better, you need to go and download the enhancement pack, which then costs you like an extra tenner on top of that. So I would say sort of just have a little play around, watch some videos. For me, the driving experience on Train Sim World is better. The driving experience on Train Sim World 3 that we're playing here, in my opinion, is the best driving experience I've had out of any of the simulators. Little things like forgetting to put the reverser into neutral before you stand up, overspeed loops, they do all add to that experience. Jake and Bros 2009, yeah, 171s are good. I'd love to see the 171 in game. That'd be a really, really nice addition. Right, we are... Bourbon's cream and malted milk's awesome. Oh, you gotta love a bourbon. Right, one yellow. So the risk departing on one yellow is what we call a soy spad, which is start on yellow spad. It's very difficult to leave the station, get 2 on the buzzer from the guard, take full power, round the corner, forget your next one's red and go straight past it. So what we tend to do to mitigate against that is if you're leaving a station on a single yellow, you'd only take half power. And it's only a 21 an hour limit anyway, so let's get a little bit of braking. There we go. Red ahead. We also do something what's known as target fixing, so if I'm driving this for real, I'm constantly saying out loud red ahead, every sort of 5 to 10 seconds I'm going to say out loud red ahead, and that's just to make sure that I'm not losing focus, not losing concentration. Yeah, you can stick your head out the window, someone was just asking. There you go. Yeah, we can. We have got red ahead. But yeah, we can. We can stick our head out the window. Jamie, GSMR is off. Confirm deregister. It's bugging out. There is the red ahead. I got... It's one yellow. It's fine. I meant to do that. Target fixing. Look, I'm telling you about target fixing signals and how we avoid spads, and then I nearly go and have one. Right, so we are red ahead. Let's take it nice and slowly, paying attention. Yeah, exactly the same, Adam, with MSFS and X-Plane. I went for X-Plane, personally. Which one did you end up going with? Right, coming into Lichfield, Trent Valley, which is where this train will terminate. Oh, the irony, yeah. Sorry, Noah. Red ahead. 20 at the magnet. I got down for the 20 at the magnet. I'm driving properly. And when we're coming into a station against the red, we are stopping for the signal, not the platform. And there's the free car mark. Which proves we can do it when we're paying attention. Brake step 3, we set the DRA because we are on a red light, into neutral, and the doors are on the left. Lichfield, Trent Valley. Let's see what sort of score we get or don't get for this, and then we'll do something up the Licky incline, just to finish this off, I reckon.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Hey, is it not registering the stop? Stop in location. I've stopped in location. Why are you not registering? You want me to pull another 36 yards forward or something? What's... I'm not sure what it's doing here. Is it saying I've gone past the stop mark, or... Well, that was the free car mark. We stopped bang on the free car mark, and then the game bugs out on me. That's pretty annoying. Okay, step 3, DRA, neutral, doors. Oh, that was really irritating. That was really, really irritating. Oh, dear, oh dear. Hey, train spot from Berkshire.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Good, I'll give you number 10, guys. 10 seconds to give me that locomotive livery and location. We've actually got... It's a good score, we've got a gold medal! Woohoo! That clearly just proves that the scoring system is far too lenient. Look at all these peaks of speeding. That's obviously far too lenient. Far too lenient. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. What can I say? So you can see there, guys, like the beginning of the route, if you've been here from the beginning of the stream, when I was doing the Redditch down to Birmingham bit, I have done that bit on OpenBVE so many times, and the driving on that was pretty good. But once we come out the other side of Birmingham, and I'm completely clueless as to where I am, the quality of driving rapidly deteriorated, like very, very rapidly deteriorated. Which is why we kind of, you have to have route knowledge and you have to know where you're going. Even in the simulator, if I'm driving a route like the Brighton Main Line or the East Coastway, a route that I'm familiar with, it's much easier for me to engage in the chat and still deliver a good drive. Whereas if I'm in the chat and I don't know where I'm going, the driving ultimately ends up suffering. As point proven. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I did promise, guys, we're going to do... The only bit of the route we haven't covered is Bromsgrove up to Barnt Green. So, it would be rude not to, I feel. So, let's jump into timetable mode. Let's go into route. Now, annoyingly, the 47s and the 20s are not featured in this, which would have been really nice. And there's no Steam Rail Tours featured as well, which is quite disappointing. So we'll jump into... We'll do the 66, because I know a little bit about these, believe it or not. We'll do the South Eastern High Speed one. I want something during the day going the right way. Oh, these are our HTT ones, aren't they? From Kings Norton to Bromsgrove. Now, we want to go up the hill. From Bromsgrove to Kings Norton. There we go. I'm going to put it in July. I want something going up the hill that's not going to be in the dark. Yeah, I don't want to do RHTT though. Yeah, all right then. Okay, we'll go with July. But we'll put it in a lightning storm. That's going to be really dark, isn't it? Never mind. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Penguin, the 66 would only get up to 30 mile an hour on the Licky when I tried. Oh, people just appeared with no umbrellas. Excellent, 66. Don't you just love them? Okay, so what have we got? We've got tanks. Not many of them. Not a particularly heavy train. Alright, not wanting to criticise, but that tail lamp is wrong. That should be a flashing red, not a steady red. That's an old, like, BR oil lamp. That's off, like, the Spirit of Steam. That's pretty cool, though. Okay, let's get the 66 set up and ready to go. So we are going to go on to night running. Let's get some instrument lights on. Direct brake applied. Recharge the train brake. Put a key in first, that helps. I can't even find the controls. I drive these in real life, I have zero excuses. And we are 111 yards, so that's about 300 feet. Excellent, and we'll put data meters in so we can see everything there. Right, let's just put some safety systems on as well, because as you know, I like to play with safety systems on. And the DSD one should be over here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. DSD isolate. Okay, it wants me to wait for a moment. Okay, guys, before we start in the 66, Dabrail got to eat, so I'm going to be really horrible, and I'm going to insert an advert. So please bear with me for 20 seconds. Remember to press the skip ad button to come back very quickly, because Dabrail got to eat. I sincerely apologise. I know it really upsets everybody. I have just noticed as well that we now have working rain effects on the 66, because that was omitted. Even on the RHTT ones, the rain did not work on the 66, but the fact we have now got that is brilliant. So, let's get some wipers on. Right, hopefully you are all back from the ad break. Reverser into forward, we've got the signal. Releasing the direct brake, let's get going. going to be nice and dark as well, which we like. Right, we'll turn the cab light off. There is an instrument dimmer somewhere as well, isn't there? There we go. Yes, we can take those down a bit. And now you get plunged into darkness, which is I must say, the night lighting is pretty realistic. A little bit of wheel slip going on, not too much to worry about. And we're 25 through the points, then up to 40. So I'm already in notch 8, getting lots of power in. I'm just going to take the power down a little bit. I'm going to do my train length indicator. And then press it again, watching the countdown. Speed's bang on 25, it's crept up a little bit, not too much of an issue. And now we're going to get it straight up to notch 8 and tackle the Licky incline. Fat rail gotta eat, as Maxwell says. Yeah, brilliant, Max. So there are still 119 of you lovely people enduring this god-awful standard of driving. So thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely brilliant. Really honoured to have so many of you in tonight. It's been fantastic. We've had a laugh. It's always a laugh. There's never a dull moment of a Dad Rail stream. We're always plagued with technical difficulties, spads, overruns and everything else. And this is pretty much what it's like driving freight trains at night, guys. Not much to look at. It's pretty dull, if I'm being honest. And we've literally got the power in as quick as we can coming out of Bromsgrove. We've got into notch 8, we've kept it there. And she should pull up the bank quite nicely. Yeah, William, Licky incline in a steam train would be a challenge. That would be really nice, welcome addition. Aeronautics, no worries, bud. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Chugging along up the hill. So even if we do outside shots, there's not a lot to look at. The rain does look nice though, I'll give them that, the rain does look nice. Hey, thanks very much Sophie, much appreciated. So we'll take it all the way through to Kings Norton, guys, and then we will call it a night. We'll quickly jump into the Discord as well as we're chundling up the hill. And it's the same as it was before. Oh no, Luke Govers has posted... Oh, I don't know where that is, Luke. You've got me. You've got me there. I don't know where that is. Do tell me. I've got no idea where that is. Somewhere with third rail. Somewhere on the Southern network. That's going to be somewhere I don't sign. The Pancake Man. Have you ever had to report trespassers on the track while driving? It seems so dark at night you can't really see if there's any hazards. Trespassers on the track, first of all. Yes, I have had to report trespassers on the track. As recently as about 3 weeks ago, on the West London line, just north of Shepherd's Bush. There were 2 people just merrily wandering along. When they saw the train coming, they kind of run off. We stopped, then they kind of come back up onto the track and carried on walking, so we had to stop and report that. Because there was no... they weren't walking in the forefoot, so they weren't necessarily a danger to themselves. I don't think they were trying to do any harm to themselves. They were just where they shouldn't have been. So that was a case of just report it, and then the signaller was cautioning trains through. With regards to driving at night, the headlights are... You know, headlights on trains weren't mandatory until, I want to say, like the 1970s or 1980s. It might have been even later than that before headlights were mandatory on trains. And it's more about people being able to see you rather than you being able to see people. You've got to sort of have complete faith in the infrastructure. Yeah, you're just hoping there's nothing in the way half the time, which normally there isn't. So, I mean, to be fair, if you're on a modern unit like the 700 or something like that, the headlights on them are fantastic. They're similar to what you get in your car. Even some of the 66 headlights are quite good. But if you're in like a class 73, your headlight is literally a 40-watt light bulb. Yeah, so it's not good. South East Rail Productions, Glynde. I do sign Glynde. I should have known that. My bad. I drove through Glynde a couple of nights ago, actually. Yeah, the weather studio, it's you're just focusing on your speed and your routes and stuff like that, really. It's yeah. Someone was asking about splitting distance. I've just lost the post. Someone was asking about splitting distance. Oh, Tradesman from Berkshire, Deborah, is there splitting distance signals in Train Sim Central and or Train Sim World 3? Yeah, Train Sim World... Oh. I don't know, actually. Can't remember if I've come across any. There's no reason why there shouldn't be. William, have you ever come across animals blocking the line? Yeah, I've had deer on the line and stuff like that. I've never had sort of loads of animals blocking the line as such, but I've had deer on the line and bits and bobs like that. So there we go, starting to pick up speed nicely now as we get to the top of the hill. It's pretty boring coming up there, really, especially in the dark. Pancake Man, thanks for the great answer. Remember being taught as a kid how dangerous train tracks can be. Yeah, absolutely. It's even as a driver, if we have to get out, you have to get a block on the line because you have to get out and do something on your train. You know, like you've got a fault and you need to rectify it. I hate being out and about on open lines. It's not nice. It's nerving. Game volume is a tad loud. Yeah, we've jumped into the 66 now, so I can imagine it's probably a little bit louder. We'll just knock that down a little bit. Adam Farkas, is there a checklist of any kind that you have to follow? No, it's just all kind of in your head. You kind of know what you need to do and you do it. There's not as many things to check as like you'd have in a on an aircraft or anything like that. So you kind of just you just memorise it. Wolfboy, can you detect small inclines when driving in real life? Yeah, you most definitely can. You say apart from the train speeding up or slowing down, you can see a lot of gradients. You can sort of see what the track's doing, but it can be a bit weird in places. It can almost look like you're going uphill when you're going downhill in places. It can be a little bit deceiving sometimes. Okay, and what we want to do now, guys, is just have what's known as a running brake test. So it's the first opportunity after starting the journey. We want to make sure we're going faster than 30, which we are, and we want to make sure we observe a 10-mile-an-hour reduction in the train speed. So first opportunity after starting the journey, coming up the hill there, I wouldn't want to do it there. I wouldn't say that was a suitable place, because if we're going to lose 10 mile an hour going up the hill, we might struggle to get going again. So that's why I've waited until we've cleared the hill. I'm going to have to turn that driver assist thing off. It's really annoying. DET trains. As long as you reinstate the safety system on the panel on the right hand side, it does work. Stephen Lees, what happens if a train crossing is faulty and stuck up? Depending on the type of crossing, Stephen, you're normally going to get a mobile operations manager, a MOM or someone like that's going to come out and locally operate the crossing, or they're going to put like traffic cones across there and stop the traffic. Then you're going to be talked past any protecting signals by the signaller. You'll have someone at the crossing who will display a green flag authorising to pass over the crossing. So yeah, it's just a case of things will be done manually and done safely. So the road will be closed off by staff, and then you'll be allowed to proceed across. Sophie, Mrs. Time Lord, yeah, many times Faulty level crossings, all the failures I've had have been right side failures, so it's been a case of like they're working normally but the indication in the signal box has been lost or something along those lines, in which case you'll get asked to pass the level crossing at caution and then only pass over if it's safe to do so. So yeah, it's one of those things, it does happen. DET trains, a lot of the early morning and late evening, like the peak time services, are 6 cars. Maxwell, I'll tell you that story in private. So we're just coming up to the junction now with Longbridge. We're going to carry on to the up. Are we on the up? The up Hertfordshire Fast or something like that? I think I'm not sure. I don't sign the routes around here, so I'm purely winging it. High level winging. That's the art to train driving. Okay guys, so I reckon we've got time for one more round of Locomotive Location Livery before we wrap the stream up, so...
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
So we've got 2 yellows up in the distance, so rather than wait till we get there, I'm going to be proactive and defensive in my driving. So I'm going to start slowing the train down now. You know, potentially got slippery railhead conditions. Our brakes are in goods timings as well, as indicated there, rather than passenger timings, which means our brakes take a lot longer to react. So we just start getting that down a little bit. That'll be okay at this stage, I reckon. So what have we got? South East Rail Productions. You are the third number on my screen with number 5.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Gonna give you box number 5, guys. You got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive livery and location. This will be your last one. The next time we do this, we will be doing a reveal, so do let me know what your thoughts are. So I've taken the speed down a little bit more whilst we were playing a Locomotive Location Livery there. 1 yellow, red ahead. We want to aim to be doing no more than 10 miles an hour across the AWS magnet. So you can see red shining up in the distance. Because I've got a little bit of route knowledge on this bit, i.e. I've done one of these services already, I know that is a ground position light signal and it doesn't apply to my train. So there's no need to panic and sort of get loads and loads of braking. Sometimes, especially during the night, there can be like tricks of the line almost, tricks of the light almost. And because of the curvature of the line and not being able to see, you can see red lights glowing in places they shouldn't be. Then it sort of makes you question yourself and sort of doubt everything. So yeah, having a little bit of route knowledge and knowing what to look out for can be really, really helpful. What are we thinking? Benjamin Ramsey says Leamington Spa. Canal Daniel BRPT. Hello. Hello Daniel. How are you doing? LWL is indeed Vineboom. DET Trains. What head code are we? We are... It's on the timetable, isn't it? 6 Mike 35. Benjamin says Class 50 Chiltern headed for London at Leamington Spa. There is our red ahead. 10 mile an hour at the AWS magnet when driving freight is where we want to be at. You can't even see the AWS magnet. It should be about 200 yards from the signal. That's the kind of standard as where it should be, but so we'll just get that speed off nice and early. There it is. We're going to be a little bit over 10, are we? Is that going to drop down? That's alright, it's not tea and biscuits. Someone was asking, DET Trains, where can I find information about speed limits on railways in the UK? So they're all contained within a document known as the section or appendix. You might be able to get access to that through the Network Rail website, or it might be a controlled document that's... I'm not entirely sure. Pig and Bob sticking with DB60 at Leamington Spa. So 1 yellow, red ahead. That red on the right is not mine. Likewise, the ground position light signal is not mine. So guys, out of what you have seen today, let me know in the chat as we're coming to the end of the stream. Let me know in the chat what you think of this route. Let me know if you've got it, if you plan to get it. I'd be really interested to see. I mean, you guys are the community. You guys are the people that either buy these routes or don't buy these routes. So I'd be really interested to see what you've got to say about it. You sort of heard my opinions. I think it's good. Like I said, the driving experience is fantastic. I think Train Sim World 3, the weathers and stuff, and you've heard my opinions throughout the stream. So I'd be really interested to hear your opinions on it. Invisible Unknown, welcome to Deborah, new subscriber. I believe on the Real 66, if you put it into reverse and you're moving forward, the emergency brakes will come straight on, so you wouldn't be able to do that. There is a red signal coming up somewhere around here as well, so I'm just getting a little bit of brake in. Oh, it was actually wanting me to stop at the station. Okay, my bad. Is that as far as I need to go? Sophie Mrs. Time, awesome route. Yeah, I've got it. Boeing 82. Hi, Richard. I enjoy watching routes you sign in real life. Your inside knowledge makes it very enjoyable. Thank you. Love the back-to-back driving. Yeah, indeed. I will wait and see what the Rivet Games route is before I buy anything. William got it on PS5. So far, it's fun to drive. The price is fairly steep. Yeah, I get that. The Weather Studio, do you think you'd be able to drive this route HUDless at night in the rain? That would be a challenge. Yeah, I reckon the freight bit there I could do HUDless for sure. Yeah, I reckon give me a couple of weeks I could do the whole route HUDless. Pig and Bob, I like it and I have it. Dave Miller, the route is near enough spot on. Used to work the route as a guard. Not the nicest seeing a job car with the Cross City on it. Really positive feedback there, guys. That's really good. I think Dovetail do get unfairly critiqued with some of their works. It's really sort of good to hear some of the positive feedback. We're only getting a bronze medal for that one. That's probably because I stopped miles past the platform. Didn't realise where I was supposed to be stopping there. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Okay, guys, time for a reveal on this one. I want to say a big thank you to Fat Frank, aka Matthew Rice, for sending this picture in. It is now time.
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
And there we have it, guys. This is a DB Class 67 with Chiltern Mark IIIs at Leamington Spa. Richard Goss, welcome to Dad Round, new subscriber. Really good one. Really good one tonight, guys. Really pleased with that. And if you do want to send me any pictures for Locomotive Location Livery, you are more than welcome to do so.
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
I need a producer. If you want to send me any pictures for Locomotive Location Livery, you're more than welcome to do so. You can send them to me via my social media channels, which are on the screen for you right now. Or you can send them to me via Discord. If you're not already on our Discord server, guys, you'll find an invitation link in the description below. Do head over to there. You can discuss trains, planes, buses, computer games, or just general chit-chatter. We're all a friendly group. We've got quite a few members of railway staff over there that keep diary channels as well. So if you want to know what life's like on the railway, what it's like working, if you want to ask the numerous train drivers, conductors, signallers, dispatchers, shunters, they're all in there, all able to answer your questions, and be absolutely great to see you over there. If you haven't already, guys, do hit that like button and consider subscribing. That would be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, no worries, Matthew. Thank you very much for sending the picture in. And that is it for tonight. Hopefully there will be another stream later on this week. We're probably going to jump back into SCR. We haven't done any SCR streams for a long time, so I'm hoping to do an SCR stream later on in the week. And then we might have another go on the Cross City, because I rather like it, you know. We might do the OpenBVE version of Cross City at some point this week as well. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can do by becoming a member of the Dabra channel. Do check out the links in the description below for that. Hope to see you in the Discord, on social media, and see you next time.